shocked to learn that Dr. Phill destroyed Bill Maher on his show. Why did that happen and what happened there? Let's find out together.
What I think we disagree a lot on is that you think family and faith are a big fix to the problems we have. I mean, I don't have a family, and I definitely don't have faith. So
You're definitely not part of the solution.
Maybe I am.
No, here's the thing. I'm just saying that you come from a family.
I come from one, true.
So don't tell me you don't.
Yes.
Don't tell me you don't have a family.
Well, they're all gone now except my sister, yes.
So you got a sister.
Okay, but I didn't start a new family, is what I'm saying. And I'm an atheist, so I don't have religion. And I think the country's moving in my direction, by the way. More people than ever are single, and more people than ever don't have a religion. Now, you may think that's a bad thing and why we're going to hell in a handcart, but maybe it's also part of the solution. And it's certainly just where people want to be. I mean, when you say religion is the fix to this,
I didn't say
have you seen the Middle East?
I didn't say that.
Well, yeah, you did in the book.
No, I did not.
What do you say about family and faith, not the fix?
I said that for the first time in our country's history, membership in an organized religion has dropped below 50%.
Bill Maher is talking rubbish. I don't even quite understand his logical thinking. Why is he forcing his point of view? Dr. Phill simply states that the situation in the country has deteriorated because of the absence of religion and the institution of the family. To me, it's obvious and understandable because it all led to this.
Now, here's why that's a problem. Here's why that's a problem, because that was one of the reasons that families got together at least once a week and spent quality time together. The reason it's dropped below 50% is because the reason they usually join the church was because they wanted to have their children christened or baptized or whatever the ceremony was in that particular church. And our birth rate has dropped to 1.6. We need 2.1 in order to sustain the infrastructure that we have. So we need immigrants. We just need to know who they are.
A very reasonable position.
I'm very pro immigration, as are you, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And your position that you just said, very reasonable and a political position. A political stance.
It's a strong and confident position. I agree with him completely. But I would like to point out that he was not referring to those migrants who cross our border, but to those who have preserved and have cultural and family values. They should remind us how important this is for us and our future. Family and religion unite us and make us stronger.
I think that the media really, really wants to put this narrative out there that Biden is going to lose Michigan over Gaza, when the truth is he's going to lose Michigan over 600,000 auto workers, because his EV market was extremely punishing to auto workers. And like we said earlier, there's been this big realignment where working class Americans are very, very, very much on the Trump train, people who used to be Democrats and used to vote for Democrats. And rather than admit that, this outrage that Democrats lost the working class vote and try to figure out how we can appeal to them again, they're looking for excuses and other things to blame, like, oh, this war in Gaza, or they'll call them deplorables, or they'll call them racists, you know, because they don't want to admit that Trump has picked up a lot of the policies that used to be Democratic policies in the 90s, like controlling the border, for example. The idea that an open border and mass migration is extremely punishing to the working class. It drives down their wages. It's class warfare against the working class. It is an upward transfer of wealth from the working class, who end up competing with immigrants, to the elites, who end up employing them, and now they can employ cheap immigrants instead of having to pay working class Americans a living wage. Thanks, guys.
Oh yeah, that's another fact that Biden lost. He is losing people and voters because of his policies. His disregard for the border and the people near it is what caused his downfall. The financial crisis and the corrupted family is keeping the country down too.
So, before Trump, you had two parties. You had the GOP, which was the party of the rich, the party of corporations, the party of tax cuts.
Country club.
Country clubs, okay? The Chamber of Commerce.
Right.
Is what working class people will call it.
Party of business.
And then you had the Democrats. Now, the Democrats used to be the party of labor. They used to be the party of the working class 50, 60 years ago. But they lost those voters to the college-educated elites and then the dependent poor.
Right.
So the Democratic Party now is bifurcated, right? They cater to college-educated, credentialed elites and then to people who are poor and live on the government and cannot support themselves. What that meant was there was no party representing 60% of Americans who are working class, middle class, working really hard, trying to make it. Trump showed up and he spoke directly to those people. And I'm sorry, Bill, but he made a difference for them. He changed the calculation. Let me tell you why.
He spoke it. He didn't do it.
Let me tell you why. When he showed up, there was a handshake agreement between both parties on free trade.
You know, she's right. I totally support her opinion. Trump was really doing for the people and the residents. He closed the borders and got involved in the country. Biden, for some reason, has settled on helping other countries support them. He forgot about you and me, ordinary people, and that's scary and wrong. What do you think about that? Write your opinion in the comments and don't forget to watch other shocking news on the channel.